Shalom, shalom. Call halali imla Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rechakwadash. Double honors, of course, to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us this Amath, which is the truth, and rule well within the ministry. Peace, love, and salutations to those who preach this word in truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the globe, which can allow us the freedom to do so daily. Shalom, shalom. So, Brother Shamaria, back with another lesson. Lord willing, this be edifying, man. Okay, going into Jacob's trouble. This is the judgment, all right? This is the Lord's wrath being shown for the wickedness of the inhabitants of the earth, starting with Israel, all right? Because we are the chosen people of the Heavenly Father, all right? Israel containing 12 tribes, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native and Seminole Indians, man, and the rest of you 12 tribes out there. Hey, the information is out here, okay? And the Lord is dealing with the nation of Israel because that's the nation who the Lord chose to be a peculiar and special people, dear and near unto him. He chose Israel out of all the families of the earth, okay? Out of all the nations and tribes and heathens that have been created, the Lord chose the nation of Israel, okay? So the Lord gave us law, statutes, and commandments to follow and to conduct ourselves in a righteous manner. And the majority of our people are going totally astray from that way and following in the hands of Esau, following the hands of these other nations. Okay, mainly Esau, but what the Lord is going to do, he's going to construct a judgment to come upon the whole earth because Israel is scattered amongst the whole earth. So the Lord is going to cause judgment to happen like it has never happened before in history. So this is 2nd Esdras chapter 15, verse 14. Slakia. 2nd Esdras 15, verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Okay? Woe meaning destruction and death. That's what the Lord is about to send upon the whole world and their inhabitants. Verse 15. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And we know that the Lord uses Esau, Edom for the sword as a punishment for the nation of Israel, all right, as a chastisement, either for death, man, okay? So the Lord is going to cause Esau to rise up and come down with that great wrath as prophesied about in Revelation 12 and 12. It says, and one people shall stand up and fight against another and swords in their hands. Okay, and the modern day sword is the gun. So first and foremost, you're going to have rioting within the streets. You're going to have mass death within the streets, people invading one another, as this chapter goes on to basically expound. It says, verse 16, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. Right? Because people are going to be without in this day. People are going to suffer great tribulations to where they're going to resort to lawlessness and total violence. And all hell and chaos is going to happen throughout all the streets, all the cities, all the places of the world, man. Starting here, coming here to America soon, man. All right, America's going to get the worst end of it. So it says, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, in the course of their actions shall stand in their power, which is total lawlessness, man. Total lawlessness. And where there's no law, there's no order. So everyone's going to be doing whatever, anything for them to survive, man. Okay, and this is going to be a dangerous time for elderly men, especially for the elderly people, okay? Young children, young people, babies, and women, okay? Even for men, young men in their age, men that's in their, youth, men that's in their, their strength, so to speak. That's how crucial these times are going to be, man, okay? It says verse 17, and this is all Jacob's trouble. This is all the time of judgment that the Lord is going to send plagues upon the world for Israel's sake, for the wickedness of Israel. It says in verse 17, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, right? A man is going to try to flee because it's not going to be safe to stay in the house. People are going to be invading houses and things of that nature. No matter what your relationship with them is, maybe people within your household. You know, the scriptures talk about how the Lord is going to send division. The son against the father and the daughter against the mother and so forth and so on, man. Okay, so there's going to be total division and violence amongst people's household and families. So all that being said to make the point that, you know, you're going to have people that try to flee and go other places and try to escape for a place of refuge, which is going to be dangerous to do because it's going to be all hell and chaos everywhere on every side, man. So you're going to have people desiring to go into another city, trying to, you might try to grab someone you love. You know what I'm saying? All these things going on. You may have children in another area that I gotta grab my children. I gotta make sure my children are safe. Or you may be trying to seek some food. Whatever the reasoning be, you're gonna try to flee into another place, okay? But guess what? You're not gonna be able. First and foremost, it's gonna be too dangerous to even travel. First and foremost, you're risking your life trying to maneuver around and travel. You know, trying to go from city to city. And really, Esau Edom is going to have everything on lockdown, man. Because we just read about how the Lord is going to send and destroy, for the sword in their destruction draweth nigh. But that's going to come through Esau Edom. He's going to enforce that martial law. Okay, he's going to send foreign troops, UN troops, military militia parties, you know, to invade the streets, invade these cities, man. You're going to have different checkpoints, cities being cut off, streets being cut off, people being rounded up, being gathered up, thrown in concentration camps, you know, to either be worked, to be labored, to labor to death, or just to be executed, man. Not only executed, but, you know, tortured. And these are the plots and schemes that Esau Edom have already put in motion, man, through his laws. It just needs to be, you know, fulfilled. So it says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Verse 18, for because of their pride, the city shall be destroyed, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid because of the pride that you people are living in now, man. All right? The alphabet community gang pride. You got niggas that take pride in, you know, chasing the bag, killing their brother. You know what I'm saying? Murdering each other, shall I say? Men take pride in adultery. Men take pride in, you know, all types of acts of lewdness, man. Our people take pride in celebrating these holidays Esau prescribed. You know, our people take pride in eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. All of these different abominations that our people take pride in, man. And they highly exalt themselves, which is the pardon of the Lord. Call all like Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. You see 144. But these are the things that our people take pride in, and that there's a judgment for it, man. And you got the prophets, the Lord, first and foremost, our apostles and elders, but you got the prophets out here telling you people, warning you people, rebuking you people, our people. But guess what? Y'all even take pride in disobeying the Heavenly Father, man. Disobeying his prophets, mocking the prophets, you know, scoffing. So guess what? There's a harsh judgment for these things, man. And let me grab this real quick. 2nd Esdras chapter 8, verse 50. Hey, our women take pride in being harlots. Our women take pride in, you know, basically asserting authority over their man. So, hey, there's a harsh judgment for these things, man. Being disobedient to their man, not listening. So it says 2nd Esdras 8, verse 50. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time, see, this is the latter time, man. This is the latter time, shall dwell in the world. So this generation of people that dwell in this world, this is the latter time. The great miseries is going to happen in this time period, man, very soon, because they have walked in great pride. So guess what, man? The Lord have given our people over to their wicked lusts, to the deeds of their flesh, and they've exalted themselves in it. The Lord gave you over to it, man. Okay? You received your reward in this time period, right now. Okay, it may seem like these niggas winning, it may seem like these women are winning, it may seem like these wicked niggas is getting everything that they want, but guess what? Soon the tables are gonna turn, man. The men who stayed down till they came up in the Heavenly Father in righteousness, they're going to receive the glory. They're going to receive notoriety. Even though we're gonna go through our tribulation, Lord willing, we be those men, we're gonna endure to the end. And we're gonna receive our everlasting reward. But that's gonna be the shame of those who are living in their pride right now. Let me go back to 2 Esdras 15, finish that out. Verse 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. Right, ain't nobody gonna be feeling bad for nobody, man, in that day. Ain't nobody gonna be showing sympathy for nobody in that day, man. Everyone's gonna be in a straight survival mode. You may have people act like, you know, use you for certain things and try to, you know what I'm saying, manipulate and supplant, because that's what Jake do, just to get what they want, just to get their way. And at the end thereof, what they gonna do, stab you in the back. Or they may off your ass, man. These are the times we coming in. Hey, this niggas already in that mindset, man. Look at the different things that's happening just in the city of Cleveland. I ain't even gonna go into all around the world, but just in the city of Cleveland, you see all different type of, you know, family members killing each other over petty shit, man. You know, people are highly emotional, quick to anger our people. So imagine in the time period where there's gonna be total famine, no food and water for you to eat. All right? Imagine in a time period when people families are gonna starve to death. People are gonna be, you know, you're gonna watch your family be carried off and hauled off in a concentration camp, being executed, being ravished right in front of you. People who you love, man. People who you love turning on you, seeking to kill you in that day. It's gonna be all out hell, man. But the elect is going to be delivered from all of these things. Why? Because they returned from their wicked deeds and returned into righteousness and submitted themselves under the authority of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. But 2/3, the majority of our people, they're turning the ear, man. They're turning the shoulder. So they're going to receive these judgments. Let me grab this. 2 Esdras 16 and 17. Woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? And this is Esdras, man. Speaking, this is a vision that was shown to Esdras in his time period by the angel Uriel. And when he's seen these visions, when he's seen these things, best believe he's seen himself in the midst of all of this shit. So he said, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? Because he's seen how bad things were. Okay, it says verse 18, the beginning of sorrows, and that's only the beginning. That's only the beginning, man. Because then you're going to have Esau, he going to really be coming down with that sword once he's trying to enforce that MOTB, trying to get you to take that MOTB, tiny technology, okay? Which that's how he really going to show his horns, man. And he really going to show his horns. And that's going to be the great temptation. And everybody who take that MOTB is going to be what? Burned with nuclear fire when those missiles come. Because guess what? That's going to be the ultimate destruction too. That's a part of prophecy. These other nations going to war with each other and launching missiles upon each other. That's going to be the uttermost destruction. These different nations going to war with each other. All right? These European nations that formed the alliance with Esau, Edom. All right? And then you got the opposers of Esau, Edom. And now those who were once joined with Esau are starting to join the opposing forces, which is total division and chaos, man. All right? And confusion. So it's going to all lead to war, man. And then with the Lord is going to come back too, and basically clean up and finish it off, man, with his destruction, with the chariots and the angels, and the elect is going to be lifted up, and they're going to be get the new bodies, Lord willing, we be those men, and then we going to get our hands dirty too, man. So guess what? All of these things is just the beginning of sorrows. It gets greater, you know. It says, in great mornings, the beginning of famine. A famine, man. A famine is going to come. You can't, with your daily stores, supermarkets, places where you get your goods, your resources, you know, to nourish yourself, to feed yourself, clothes, things such as clothes, things that you need for your hygiene. All of these things that people take for granted on a day-to-day basis are going to be taken away, man. It says, and great death. See, a lot of death is going to be at a mass number in the world, man. It's already, you see all these different things. We see the earthquake that just happened, okay? All these natural disasters and things of that nature. There's going to be great death. This is the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear. See, all these you know, these different people that have a ranking in this society, have a ranking in the world, that holds some type of power in this world, they're going to stand in great fear, man. They're going to tremble because things are, even Esau, Edom, and these elites, because things are going to get so out of control that they're no longer going to be in control to stop it, man. The Lord is the one that's controlling the narrative. It says, the beginning of evils, it's only the beginning. What shall I do when these evils come? And we're going to trust in the Lord, man. Put our faith in the Lord. And continue to apply these scriptures and use wisdom. Because that's what's going to save us. Isaiah 33:6. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. It says, verse 19, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. So all of these things are happening. All right. All of these things are happening for amendment. Jakes has to be chastised through these punishments unto death in order to be brought back righteous in the kingdom. All right. It says, verse 20, all of these things are to turn you away from your wickedness. The Lord is sending these plagues so you could acknowledge your sins and turn back into righteousness sincerely. But guess what? Verse 20 says, but for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of their scourges. So guess what? They're not going to turn away from it. Even though the Lord is going to have all of these things happen, they're going to continue in their wickedness. They're going to increase in their wickedness. So the Lord has to put 2/3 into death, man. This is the time of Jacob's trouble. That's going to come very, very soon to the soil of America and upon the whole world, man. All right. But we, as men of the Lord, is going to trust in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua and continue to apply these scriptures and be diligent in the work to the best of our ability. So with that being said, Lord willing, this is a very edifying lesson to those who can receive it. Once again, call Halalim La, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Ba'ashem Mechakodash. And double honors to our apostles and elders, great millstone. One more statement I want to make before I close out. Women who have, you know, men that's in this truth, that's sincere, stay with that man. Do right by that man, okay? Even if you don't believe, still stay with that man, do right by that man, and be obedient unto him, okay? To the best of your ability. Us men in this truth, whether, you know, you're new to the faith or whether you've been in the faith for a minute, continue, man. Strive for the truth unto death. All right, it's me speaking to myself first and foremost. Shalom, shalom. Call Halalim La Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Kwam Yasharallah.